When silence spoke. I was there that night. In the gilded heart of London's most prestigious awards ceremony, where champagne bubbled like liquid gold and designer gowns whispered secrets across marble floors. I watched it all unfold, a moment that would haunt me for years to come. The Royal Opera House was electric with anticipation. A-list celebrities filled every velvet seat, their faces glowing under the crystal chandeliers like gods descended from Mount Olympus. But I wasn't watching the stage. I was watching Colin Firth. Something was wrong. As the ceremony reached its crescendo and the winner of Best Supporting Actor was announced, a predictable choice that made the industry elite burst into thunderous applause, I noticed Colin remained seated. Perfectly still. His hands rested on his knees like marble sculptures, refusing to move even as hundreds of people around him rose to their feet in a deafening standing ovation. The cameras didn't catch it. The audience didn't notice. But I did. My heart raced as I watched the man behind Colin, a lesser-known actor named David Matthews whose raw, gut-wrenching performance in an independent film had been completely snubbed by the nominations committee. David's face was a mask of barely controlled devastation, his eyes glistening with unshed tears as he watched his dream crumble in real time. And Colin saw it too. I watched as Colin's jaw tightened, his usually warm brown eyes turning cold as steel. He could have easily joined the celebration, could have clapped politely like everyone expected. Instead, he made a choice that would send shockwaves through the industry. He sat in defiant silence. The moment stretched like eternity. The winner delivered his predictable speech about dreams coming true while David Matthews sat 3 feet behind Colin, invisible to everyone except the one man who refused to celebrate what felt like a betrayal of artistic integrity. Later that evening, as the after-party buzzed with champagne-fueled gossip, I cornered Colin outside the venue. The London fog wrapped around us like a shroud as I asked the question that had been burning in my chest all night. "Why didn't you clap, Colin?" He turned to me, and for the first time that evening, I saw the full weight of what had happened reflected in his eyes. This wasn't about arrogance or attitude. This was about something much deeper, a man's conscience colliding with an industry's ugly politics. "Did you see him?" Colin asked quietly, his voice barely audible above the distant traffic. "Did you see David's face when they announced that winner?" I nodded. That young man poured his soul into that performance. He lived and breathed that character for months, sleeping in his car between takes because he couldn't afford a hotel. And they didn't even nominate him. Colin's voice cracked slightly. They gave it to someone who phoned it in because his agent played golf with the right people. The silence between us felt sacred, heavy with the weight of unspoken truths about an industry that often rewards connections over talent. "Sometimes," Colin continued, his breath forming small clouds in the cold air, "clapping means agreeing." And I didn't agree. I couldn't celebrate while that boy's heart was breaking 3 feet behind me. In that moment, I realized I had witnessed something extraordinary. Not just a refusal to clap, but a quiet revolution. One man's decision to let his silence speak louder than the thunderous applause of hundreds. Colin Firth didn't make a speech that night. He didn't post on social media or call a press conference. He simply sat in his seat and let his conscience guide him, knowing that sometimes the most powerful statement you can make is refusing to participate in a lie. That night, silence spoke volumes. And the world, eventually, listened. 3 weeks later, David Matthews received a call. An independent production company, inspired by the quiet controversy surrounding that awards night, wanted to cast him as the lead in their next film. Colin Firth was attached as executive producer. Sometimes the most profound acts of kindness happen when no one is watching. Sometimes standing up means staying seated. And sometimes, just sometimes, silence can change everything. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more incredible stories to come.